You guys you guys have the Magic for your last series, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Late season buys. Those are always nice. Congratulations on that.
Ducks are swimming. Ducks are swimming going into slate 5.
Who knows?
Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. We're going to do a real quick recap of that scintillating series we just watched between the Mallards and the Magic. Little known fact, this right here, that is a Liam jersey now, the number 5. We're joined by Caden Irwin. Caden, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Andrew's here as well. Let's talk about the series from a gambling point of view. First of all, we made a ridiculously high line for the Mallards at minus 575 because no one was going to bet on it. It wasn't high enough. But the total, what did we come in at, Trevor? 18 and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 and a half. And I took the over. I got pretty unlucky. I guess I should have done some studying and seen who the home team was for the series. I lost out on one set of at bats, but I think we finished with like 15 runs. So
15 runs. Yeah, it was. That was a great day for me.
Yep, it was. You won that one. You won the matchup for the ladder because I have Trevor Bonham on my squad for some reason. Robles was good. Bonham doesn't try very hard.
Hey, if I would have taken Liam, it wasn't that far off from beating him.
No. All right, let's talk about the series in the time we have. Trevor, do you have any questions you want to get off your chest off the get-go for our guest, Mr. Irwin?
I guess, Caden, first thing, well, you had pitched the previous series. What was the thought going into the series with who was going to pitch and why you guys end up landing on Davenport?
So the original plan, I was going to throw 2 innings and then Davenport was going to throw 2 innings and like kind of divvy up the third game because I was going to close for Jordan regardless in the second game. Just to like give us like the same amount of like reps before because we didn't really know like who was the actual number 2 arm. So like it wasn't like a tryout or anything. We were just seeing like who had it and just kind of get a feel for it still. Because pitching in Oklahoma was definitely different than the Meadows. So I don't know that it is easier or harder, but it just was like different. Like I didn't have a live crowd at my back at the Meadows either, which I felt fine at the Meadows too. So there wasn't really anything like crazy behind it. And Davenport was just rolling. So we're just like, let's just keep with a new ball, just make it easy. It just kind of turned out that way.
Oh, from what you're saying, was the plan you were going to close for him as well?
I would have started the third game.
Oh.
But with the new ball, we were just like, just have him go, and then I can close again if we need to. But he was just kind of rolling, so we just kind of like let it go. Just made it easy.
He threw a no-hitter, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Liam did too, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was a double no-hitter.
It was.
Double no-hitter.
It was.
Yeah, it was tough to hit, Liam. Not going to lie.
Most of the at-bats are shown from behind, but well, I guess all of them are shown from behind, but every once in a while on replays, they'll show it from the opposite angle. And before your home run, you were standing behind the net. Is that standard? Like when you're on deck, you stand behind the net to sort of get a better idea?
Yeah, I got that from like playing fast pitch tournaments. Like I watch people do that. I mean, I'm the person that's just like, I have to be in the box to matter anyway. So like when I'm back there, I'm just kind of seeing like where I'm going to start, like where it starts, if it's going to be a strike or not. And if I want to swing at it or not. But I'm always like everybody's different. So you stand farther away from the plate, you stand close to the plate. So it's kind of hard. You kind of get like the basic movement of it, but it's not the same when you're up there actually in the batter's box. But yeah, that's what we do it for. I don't know how much it helps me, to be honest with you, but everybody else does it. So I'm like, okay, sure.
Well, the first time I noticed that you did it, you came up and you hit a home run. So I thought it probably worked pretty well for you.
I guess I should do it more often.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you feel like now now you're in your second season, you're getting a better grasp of the pitching in the league? You feel a little more comfortable at the plate and just in general?
Yeah, I even feel like more comfortable in the field too. Like I've made, not necessarily always getting people out, but like the throws that I make are a lot better. I don't like bobble the ball anymore really either. So I just like feel more natural. It's definitely weird, like, because so many people are watching you. So like my first year, I'm like, this is like nothing like I've ever experienced before, and there's no one there, but it's like going on. So it's kind of like surreal. And I guess it just took me longer than I thought to like adjust. But now I feel like I'm just playing with football, so I'm starting to like kind of get to like how I expected to play. Um, so I feel a lot better now. I'm definitely improving. So be even better next year, hopefully.
In regards to your fielding, could you believe that Bonham ran in front of you when you?
No, I cannot. I don't know.
I mean, what?
But it's like the
what does he
last,
do?
I feel bad for Curdy. I think he's the one that hit it. Maybe. I don't know if it was him or Liam. If it was Swanson, I would have been so upset because he needs a hit, man. He's hitting the ball hard just at people. And then like if he hits that ball that we ended the one game on, I forget it may have been game 2 or game 1. It was game 1. And he hit it up the middle. And like if there's no one else on base, that's a hit.
Right. Yep.
But there happened to be someone on first, so then he doesn't get a hit, which I felt so bad for him. I mean, not for the Mallards' sake, but yeah, I definitely feeling a little bit more comfortable in the field too, which is good.
I have in my notes that Swanson is my new favorite player.
I love him. I've never met him until that series, and he's great.
He's got to be on the squad next year, right? I mean,
I think so.
He makes contact with the ball. He's above average in the field. He cares. He tries way harder than Bonham does.
Yeah, I mean he's trying to make a squad. I will say Trevor, he is trying. I know it doesn't sometimes like it can come off that way. I promise you, he is. I feel bad. Like he's a really good pitcher, but when you throw, like he throws a lot of strikes, and if you throw a lot of strikes, people will hit the ball. So like when you see a lot of strikeouts, it's guys like, because you don't see the full at bat, like they're wild kind of. You know what I mean? So like sometimes it'll be like they'll throw like 3 balls in a row and then throw 3 strikes, and you're like, oh, what just happened? Like that's how wiffle ball is. So like you see a lot of guys that strike out a ton of people. It's because they're like effectively wild. And Trevor's just like he throws a lot of strikes, which is good, but like that leads to more hits and home runs that way.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. If our editing department is earning their paycheck this week, we'll probably have just seen the second at bat of the series where he popped it up and never left the box.
Right back to Robles, calls everyone off 2 away quickly in the first inning.
Oh yeah,
that'll probably go.
Also, Mike has from day one of us covering MLW. Mike has been on the Trevor Bonham hate train. So it's just our part. When we started, the trade happened around the time we started covering. Maybe within the first month or two of us covering MLW, his trade from the Mallards. So Mike immediately painted him as like a LeBron-esque character that needed to go to a different team to have success. And
so I love Trevor. He's a good dude. I get it though. I get it. I get the whole thing. I think it's funny. I mean, I wouldn't want to be that person either, but it's like I think it's like funny though. Like I think he enjoys it too. So
he's obviously very, very talented, and I hope he'll come on the show at some time.
He definitely will. I'll have to talk to him about it. I don't know if you saw my mic'd up, but I talked to him. I was like, I truly do miss him. Like he's super fun to play with. And he's good, so that's also fun.
Yeah, you were talking to him and you like lulled him into like you did some sort of voodoo so that when the ball was hit to you, he decided to run and end the inning so that they wouldn't score and help me get the over.
Yeah, I'm just playing crazy mind games out there. I'm on a different level. Yeah. Playing chess while they're playing checkers.
Right.
Perfect.
What else you got, Trevor?
So having Robles on the team, obviously, just from a talent standpoint, has to be great. But what kind of benefits have you seen? Has he helped you with seeing pitches or with when you pitched yourself? Like, what kind of chemistry have you guys had together as a team and everything?
He's like he teaches us a lot of stuff too, but like he knows so much about like the sport in general. So just like being around him, like you just like learn to kind of like how to do things, like not that everybody does things the wrong way, but he does things like the right way. You know what I mean? And he's like a great hype man. no matter what, like you do something mildly cool or good, like he is like hyping you up like that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it's like he's seen and does so many cool things and good things on the wiffle ball field, and for him to like get hyped for you for like something so little, like it just kind of boosts your like confidence. So it's definitely helped, I think, all of us kind of feel better about how we're playing. So that's good too.
He always informed us informed us of something we hadn't thought of, or at least me, every time he's been on the show. I think the last time he was on, he talked about specific lettering on the bats.
An older wiffle ball bat, if you ever find one that has like the block lettering wiffle etched across, that thing's gonna hit tanks. You need to immediately grab that thing, hold on to it for dear life. The bubble style letters that you find nowadays in all the stores, plastic's a little fugazi, so
And you want
Oh,
the
yeah.
bat that's like the bubble lettering and not the one that's the block
Yeah,
lettering.
the older ones. So like there's the old plastic is thicker than the new ones. So like if you have an older bat, like it goes farther. Yeah, it is true. Like he is definitely 100% right. He knows so much stuff. He probably doesn't tell me everything for like when we play fast pitch against each other. Just told me LW stuff. But no, yeah, Jordan's awesome. He's like the best thing that could have happened, honestly, for us. And that's pretty obvious. He's the number one player in the world, but even more than his just wiffle ball skill too.
Do you know? Well, you do know. Can you share with us who's the number 2 pitcher then in the future? Did you guys figure that out from this series, or is it still sort of a work in progress?
I'm not really sure. We kind of talk about it, but it's kind of like I feel like it's depending on whose day it is. You know what I mean? Like who's feeling it. Like we'll probably like both warm up, see how it goes. I mean, it's up in the air. And I honestly, I'd love to pitch, obviously, but if Davenport's feeling it, like he goes. Like whoever's the best person to put out there, like I'm all for it. Whatever it takes to win, that's what I'm for. So
I would also love you to pitch. I had you on my squad for the Slate 5, and
I know. Sorry, the one inning didn't help you much.
not
I loved
much.
it. I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you loved it.
Yeah, it was a great day for me.
I went from a pretty sizable favorite right up until the point that they yanked the Red Baron out without getting a single out in the 3rd game of the previous series to, what would you say,
Oh
Trevor?
yeah.
You're mild, probably a slight favorite right now.
Probably a slight favorite, I think.
Yeah, we'll cover that more on.
Yeah, sorry, I should have hit more. That's the only thing.
Hey, you got a homer. That's good. You had one really good inning. That's pretty good. I would have liked.
Fielding was good, right?
Say again?
Yeah.
Fielding was good too, right?
Mm-hmm. Shout out Trevor Bonham.
Yeah, there you go.
Where are you from? You're not from Michigan, right?
No, I live right over the border. It's called Sylvania, Ohio. It's like right by Toledo. It's like the first exit into Ohio from Michigan.
Okay.
So like I could throw a rock from my backyard into the Michigan line.
Okay. So you're driving. You're not flying like your team.
No, yeah, it's like 55 minutes maybe, depending on traffic. So it's not terrible. The Trenton guys go further than
Yeah, I
me.
was gonna say. Yeah, Trenton guys go the same distance, right? Or maybe
Yeah, I'm directly south. So like they're southeast. So they have to go a little bit farther than me. But yeah, it's not too bad. I don't have to fly in, thank goodness. I'm not good enough for that.
Is there anything else? Again, we can all admit, not the most exhilarating series to watch. Is there anything we didn't cover, Trevor, that should be that we need to talk about?
I guess just talk about a little bit about Davenport and like how effective he was in that game. Obviously, they're facing the Magic, so it's hard to take too much from him. But we saw him pitching earlier in the season. I thought his stuff looked pretty good when we saw him early in the season. And he, at least in the MLW Discord, he was like a meme player at that point. But I didn't think that was the case. I thought that he seemed like he had some wiffle ball talent, and obviously, you guys seem to think the same thing.
Yeah, he's got a good arm. He's got a good arsenal too. He's got a bunch of different pitches, so that's very helpful. Sometimes he struggles with the speed limit, but that's like the only thing, and he's gotten a lot better like as the season's gone on because we practice, and he's gotten a lot better with like the speed. So like you saw at the last video how well he did. It's all the work he's been putting in because he does a lot of bullpen by himself too. So yeah, it's definitely showing off how much hard work he's put into like pitching, which is good.
That's awesome. I got one last question for you. So you're a teacher, right? So what do your students know that you play in MLW, right? And what are their thoughts?
Yeah, they do. It's kind of funny. So the other day, I forget what we were doing. It was like a dress up day, and I wore my Moxie jersey to school. And like a few of my students were like, "Can we touch your jersey?" And I'm like, it's not that serious, guys. Like, yes, you can like feel it if you want. It's just a normal like jersey. Like, it's nothing crazy. But like, I have kids that'll come up and talk to me about it. I'm like, it's not the time to talk about it. We're like in the middle of like a math lesson, and they'll like raise their hand and like ask me about like something that happened, and I'm like, and then we kind of have this joke now. I'm like, is it about math before they answer? And then they'll like kind of like put their head down. I'm like, all right, back. We can't ask right now. Sorry. So like we have like designated times. And like one of the days I don't have specials, which is like art, PE, music. My home room, like we'll watch one of the videos like towards the end of the day because all the boys love it. So it keeps them occupied. So I don't have to like, because I can't teach anything during that time. So I just kind of do that and they love it. So
That's great. That's extra pressure for you, knowing they're all watching too, right? It's like,
oh yeah, they always like give me reports on how I played. I'm like, thanks, I appreciate it. They were like, man, you didn't do that well at the plate, Mr. Irwin. I'm like, sorry guys, I'll work on it for next time. So
that's great.
The show itself was incredibly short, especially compared to the last few. Was the series itself, did it fly by? Or was
yeah, it was
just
quick.
Yeah.
It was quick. But I mean,
Okay.
it wasn't like that crazy scoring. There were like a lot of home runs. It wasn't like we were stringing together like 8 hits in an inning. The walks in the first or the last game kind of took a little bit, but once Liam kind of settled in, it was fine. But yeah, it was pretty quick, up and down.
It's a benefit of playing the Magic, I guess. I always say go buy some jerseys, Mallards. We've got Jordan because he's been on the show a few times. And again, this used to be Chadwick, but now Liam wears it, which
Liam Chadwick.
Liam's number 5 now.
Yeah, that's right. You're over 21 years of age, and I hear you like to put a bet down on sports every once in a while. That's correct?
I do. I'm more of a college basketball guy, but I do love the NFL. So
All right. Well, maybe we'll circle back during March Madness or something. But let's give the people a bonus pick. Monday Night Football. I will have this up before then. The Niners are at home, I think, favored by 1.5 against the Rams. If you were to put some money down on that game, who would you go with?
ooh, at home for San Fran.
Let me make sure I
Is
got that.
Jimmy
Right.
G's still starting, right?
Yeah, I don't think they have any other choices at this point.
I'm gonna go LA. I think they cover that.
Okay.
I got LA. Matt Stafford, can't go against him. I'm not a Lions fan, but I love him. So
Yeah, we don't talk about the Lions around here anymore.
rough,
The
rough
Lions
walk.
cost us a lot of money today.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it anymore. I'm a
Well,
Cowboys fan.
we were in a very large survivor pool, very, very large. And strategically it made sense to some of us to take the Lions today, and they scored 45 points.
Yeah,
And they lost.
Not
We'll
gonna lie,
talk about
that
that.
one stinks.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more on Thursday. We've got Eagles and Preds coming up on Thursday. That'll be our preview show on Thursday for the drop on Friday.
A
That's
lot of
pretty
Mallards
awesome.
fan will be watching that one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a big Preds fan right now. I can tell you that.
Ryan Cratch fan club. He's on my team, like always. He's on my team. Everybody, if you would please,
He's a good person.
What'd you say?
He's a good person to have on your team all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
We do a pretty good job here with our show 2 times a week, I think. I'd appreciate it if you're watching this, if you would subscribe to the channel, like us, maybe share with some people. That would be great. We'll be back later in the week. Again, Eagles Preds preview. Maybe I can get Bonham to help us preview that series. Would that be a good idea?
That would be awesome.
I think so.
I'll see if I can do it. Hopefully he won't watch this, but I think that'll do it. Caden, I appreciate you stopping by and helping us recap the series. Trevor, I know you've got dad duty to get onto. So until next time, good gambling, everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate it.